welcome to the shop. I'm going to burn that mark. Okay, you can see the smoke rising a bit there, I think. So I've got a mark there now. Hopefully you're picking that up. Hopefully you're picking that up. So now we can accurately measure that. If I can. So we have 235 and 255. I'm going to show you what to do about that. So we come down, tick continuous off, open this dialog box up again. So scale. We'll do Galvo 1 first. Now I think this is X. Galvo 2, sorry, is X. So you go in here, it's very similar to Mark 3, and you say, okay, we wanted it to do 200 millimeters. Alright, 200, and we actually, the actual measurement, 237. So we go in here and say 237, press OK, and it will alter the setting. Okay, think of this as the steps per then in Mark 3. So that's what it is determined it should be. So we go here, 200, so it's 256, and it has altered it to that number. So we're not going to worry about the bowing and out of square yet. Okay, so we're going to say OK, and we're going to go back to a piece of material that we're marking, and see what difference that's made. Okay, I've put some couple of things on the table here just to see if I can keep the camera to, you know, sort of keep it focused. Alright, I'm going to run the red dot again. Oh, that's a lot smaller. And I'm going to stop that and I'm going to burn it on continuous. Here we go. Okay, so let's measure this now. That is... I need a bit of light now so I can see what I'm doing. So hopefully you can see the two squares now. That's 200 and 202.5, I think. 202. And this is 96. Okay. I'm just going to alter that again off camera. Okay, that is now exactly 200 millimeters. By 200 millimeters exactly, but we've still got the bowing here and in here, and I'm going to show you what to do about that. Okay, so this is where it gets a little confusing, but the best way I can explain this You see these are whole numbers, this 1, value 1. So what I can tell you is if you reduce this below 1, you're going to tend to squeeze the sides in. And if you increase this one above 1, it's going to take the top and bottom out. So we're going to alter this now, and we're going to say 0.9. Just take it down a little bit. This one even less, I think. I'm going to put 2.05 here. And I'm going to OK that. And we'll see what difference that makes. Okay, let's switch the red dot pointer on. A little bit of a shift there. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's mark it. Okay, stop. Let's get my ruler. It's getting a little hard to see now. Oh, that's not far off. That's not far off at all. Actually, that's more luck and judge. It might be very fractionally off there. You can see it's pretty straight, but it still has a very slight bow, so we're going to alter that one a little bit more. But I think we've gone over the top with this one. In other words, we've taken it the other direction. Alright, so I'm going to make a couple more alterations of figures here and see where we go. Okay, so this should be the last Mac, hopefully, because I probably about 20 times I've done this. Okay, and mark. That's exactly right. And that's exactly right. And it's absolutely square. Absolutely square. Finally. Okay, so that is how to set the parameters up for a particular lens and a particular fibre laser in Ezcad 2. There is, however, one more parameter to check and determine, and that is the focal distance now of this lens, which is a very easy process to do. So I'm going to delete this square, and I'm going to make another little square right in the middle here, right there like that. Oh, look at that, 15mm. It's snapped to what I really want. And I'm going to do a process now called hatching. I'll fetch you in a little bit closer for this. Right, so hatching is really filling that square in with lines that the laser, the fibre laser, is going to follow. In other words, colour this in using lines from or for the laser. So you got to be up to the H, and it will do several different types of hatching. It'll go from one side to the other, move across, and then so it'll only fire in the blue. The red mark is moving from one position to another and not firing. Or if you press that, I think this is what they call unilateral, so it'll fire in both directions. Or it'll do a swirly squarey thing. Let me see, dotty. Oh, we're back to that. So I think this unilateral affair will. Let me see. I like this one actually. I think it'll fire. Not only it'll keep on firing continuous, but go back and forth. Hatch 1, 2 or 3. So if you notice, hatch 1 is enabled. In other words, it's going to carry it out. Hatch 2 is not enabled, so it won't do 2 hatches. In actual fact, we only want 1 because this is just making the laser do a firing process, actually on a piece of aluminium, just so we can raise the lens up and down and find the focus or the focal point. Line spaces now 0.1. Yeah, that's fairly coarse. It's okay. We're only trying to find the focus. We don't need to worry about any of this. We don't need to worry about a second path 45 degrees out. We don't have to worry about anything like that at all. We're just going to do a continuous. I'm going to hit continuous down here. It already is actually, but I'm going to hit continuous and it's going to keep on doing this all the time until I tell it to stop. So we've set now a very, very simple hatch. We're going to say OK, and now it's coloured that in. We hatch 0. This is the actual hatch we just did. All right, that's the. So it's hatch 0 when it's on, and it's highlighted blue. Speed 500. Yeah, that's okay. 90%. Yeah, okay, we're going to run with 90%. And frequency. Now, frequency. A very, very quick explanation on frequency. All right. Now, frequency is actually graphically shown here as the beam then hitting the material as a circle. It is a round beam. So at 20 hertz, you're going to have a bit of space in between. Right? If you take the peak of this one to the peak of this one to the peak of this one, so it's going to fire there and move and fire there and move and fire there. So if you raise the frequency up like this, if I go up to 80, there we go, there's 80, thereabouts, you'll see that fires, it's very, very close together. Now, you can imagine that, say, 90% energy is going to be dispersed over all these different firings. So it's going to be fairly weak. Okay, but it's going to happen really fast. So if you bring it back down to 20, if I can make it 20. There you go, there's 20, just over 20. You can see that you're going to get full power for there, there, there. So you're going to be able to remove material. So the lower the frequency and the higher the power, the more material and the deeper you're going to go. You're going to remove more material because per firing, then the energy of the laser is much, much greater. We'll go more into this as we progress with demonstrations and videos. So we'll come out of that. We'll run with this at the moment because, like I say, we are only going to run this. Okay, we're set there for continuous as well. We're only going to run this to enable us to focus the lens. So that is the next job. Okay, so as the laser is running, okay, when I fire it up and fire it onto this piece of aluminium, I'll have it continuously running. And what I will be doing is winding this up or down, okay, and what I'm looking for is the strongest reaction on this piece of aluminium. Okay, so I'll focus in on this plate, on the widest field of view for you to see, but that's all I'm going to be doing is winding this handle and taking this head up or down, alright, and you know, the focal distance of this is about 3 millimeters, okay, or less actually. Might only be 1.5 millimeters. Okay, I just made a few setting alterations. So that's down, coming up. So you see this is about as bright as there. Okay, I'm going to say that's good. I'm wondering whether that's warm, actually. That's okay, dissipated. You can already feel that it's actually dug some of that out. Probably 2 or 3 thousandths of an inch. Something like that, but you can definitely feel it. Definitely feel the ridge. And you know, this isn't a particular setting. You know, it's just a setting of power and speed that I chose just to be able to give a visual of the focus. So now that's focused right, and this is 1.5 millimeter. So why I put that mark on that graduation scale is so I know that with this lens it is now focused to the bed. So if I put something on that bed that is 3 millimeters or 10 millimeters in thickness, all I have to do is from that scale, from that mark, is measure 10 millimeters or 3 millimeters, whatever the thickness of the material is, up. Take this up to that mark, and I know that it is perfectly focused to the top of the piece of material on there. So we've done a lot today, and that is how to set up EasyCAD 2 or EasyCAD 3 for that matter to a fibre laser. In this case it's a 30-watt Raycus laser, which is the best in the business. If you're looking for a laser, you know, get a 30-watt. 20-watt is okay for hobbyists. It really is just a hobby machine. It's not until you get up to the 30-watt level it becomes then a professional machine. You know, and really the ultimate are 50 watt. But for what I do, you know, and all the work that I'm going to give this, you know, 30 watt is absolutely as powerful as I would want to go, you know. I mean, if I want to, if I want to etch something and make a coin, well, I'll put the 110mm field lens in, and that will do it. If I want something stronger, I'll go down to a 70mm lens, you know. So the field is, I've got a very, very big operating field that I can use. But there you go, 20 watt, you are limited. It's worth the extra money to go to 30 watt rather than a 20 watt. So that's it for this video, I think, and I hope that you were enjoying learning about fibre lasers, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to have a lot of fun showing you how to use it and what you can do with them. And Mike over in, I think, Portland, if you want to mark your parts, this is the boy to do it. Okay, so again, please like and subscribe, and if you would like to consider to becoming a patron to the channel, because it's the patrons behind the channel that keep it going and allow me to do stuff, because you know, the ad revenue is not there anymore. So please consider becoming a patron and helping out the channel. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you come in for the next thrilling episode. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a K40 laser video or a continuation of this, or yes. So one or the other. Hopefully something interesting for you. So anyway, it's bye for now.